Hey, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. Now, we have a few very intense storms coming, and it's almost certainty where it's going. I have all your probabilities and your impacts. And not only that, I'm still showing that we're going to go into an early spring coming February because this cold air is leaving. But we do have one more big round of cold air coming before it leaves out like a lion. Instead of just showing you weather models, I'm going to show you the date and probabilities of your impacts from these next few storms that are coming, guys. And it is going to be intense. Now, if you've never been here before, hello, my name is Mark. I do upload all year long. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notifications of my uploads. Most of all, make sure you share this video. Alert people to these impacts, guys, because this needs a lot of preparation. And I am expecting massive power outages out of these next two systems. So the more prepared they get now, the more prepared you'll be when the storm comes. Please share this information. This is very good, very needing information people are going to need to be alerted to that I'm sure they're not getting alerted to on their local news. Now, you all know how it helps to reach new people. When you hit that like button, you tell YouTube you like it. It'll think that other people will like it and they'll suggest it. That's how we get out to meet new people. Please help and support the channel, support the video, help alert others. You don't know who's on your friends list that is in these impacts. Help everybody get warned as much information as possible from everybody here on YouTube. Because we're the only ones that's really talking about these stories. The news are going to wait till the last minute. People need to prepare now. Now remember, all the links are in the description to help save you time. Please use them if you're in a rush, but I suggest that you do look at them because I have all your probabilities of what your impacts are going to be. This right here, your weather alerts. As you know, we don't have much. We have wind warnings in the brown. We have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings going on, as well as the flood watch and flood warning in the northwest. And so far, there's no outlooks put out by National Weather Service. We do have some storms coming to southern Florida, headed towards the Bahamas. And so far, you can expect some thunderstorms all the way from Orlando all the way down to southern Florida for today. And it's going to be around all day. As you start your morning, you can see your 10% for southern Florida as you go towards noontime and as you go towards this evening. You can see it's just going to stick around all day. And a lot of that is going to be in the Bahamas. Plus Washington, you're still in that marginal for that flash flooding for today. And you can see with high resolution and rapid refresh that you do have some storms coming not only towards Washington, all the way until 3 and 4 p.m. Then they'll start going away. But you also have it down here in the Bahamas. You'll be having storms all day. It's going to go more southern as the evening goes along. But then you have more storms coming after this. Your 3-day forecast, according to National Weather Service, you have rain in the green, thunderstorms in this dotted green. You have mixed precipitation in this bluish purple, ice and freezing rain in the pink slices that you see for Wisconsin as well. And you have some snow in the white. This is for today. For tomorrow, it's going to continue with the freezing rain and the ice possibility as this storm starts making its way into the upper Midwest, which will start coming in late Thursday evening into Friday. And you can see that first clipper does put some mixed precipitation in certain areas. It is a little bit of hit and miss, guys. But as you go Friday into Saturday, this is going to start coming all the way down towards the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, bringing mixed precipitation, sleet, rain, ice, snow, and heavy snow in this area right here from Minnesota and Iowa. Now, I'm going to put this link in the description as well as from National Weather Service. It will help you out. This gives you your probability of either 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch, or more of snowfall. So I'll just have it on the 1 inch so we can see as we go through and see what's expected out of this snowfall. And early Friday morning, the system's going to start coming through the upper Midwest. And by the time you start around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, it's going to start getting a lot of snowfall. And you can see your probability here of your percentages of who's going to get at least 1 inch of snowfall. And I do have your other rates as well. Then as you go to Friday evening, it's really going to up your chances on how much snowfall is going to start coming down. Then when you go to Saturday morning, it's going to start stretching even more, putting heavy precipitation, especially for Iowa and Minnesota. And as you go through Saturday morning around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, it's going to start making its way through the Tennessee, the Kentucky Valley, the central U.S. When you check at least 6 inches of snowfall, it's not going to start accumulating until late Friday evening, especially for the upper Midwest. But as you go through early Saturday morning, then it's going to start coming a little further south. And as you go through 7 o'clock Saturday morning, then it's going to start moving even more south. And this dark blue you see right here is anywhere from 50 to 70% chance of at least 6 inches of snow so far. I also have this link for you from National Weather Service. It lets you know what your potential winter storm impacts are. And you can see the levels on the right. And once you get to the major impacts, then it becomes life-saving actions needed. And I expect to see more of that as we go into the south and the east. But this isn't starting until late Friday evening until Saturday morning. So for the first 4 days, we have minor impacts, and we're starting to get moderate impacts for the Dakotas and Minnesota. Even portions of Iowa is starting to get the moderate impacts. So I do have this link for you. You can zoom into your area and see what the impacts are expected for you. But so far, the moderate impacts for this area is often threatening to life and property. Some damage unavoidable typically results in disruptions to daily life. Then it's going to start moving in even more. So far from NOAA and National Weather Service, this is your potential winter storm impacts all the way from Saturday all the way to Monday. Let me get myself out the way. Now, so far, what we know is an increasing risk of significant winter storm impacting portions of the East Coast this weekend into early next week. Heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain, all possible. And from National Weather Service, the probability of 2 to 3 inches of snow and sleet. Here it is for Saturday for your area as the storm systems move through. We have multiple systems coming. As it goes up to the northeast for Sunday, here's your probability. And this blue right here is 50%. This dark red, you can see right here, it's up to 30%. So you have a big chance for significant impacts of snow and sleet. As it goes into Monday, it's going to go into the New England states with the biggest impacts being New Hampshire and Maine. But you can see the dark green, that's up to 30 to 50%. Then the blue is from 50 to 75% chance of heavy snow and sleet. Also right here, you can see by National Weather Service the previous run as well as the new run. And the new run shows that more low pressures will be along the coast. That means that this system will hug the shore and it will be more inland and along the coast track of your chances, which is up here. Significant winter impacts inland and wintry mixed terrain along the coastal areas. Now, when you look at the MJO according to the Euro and you see exactly what's going on with this cold air, you can see as it's curving up to the 12th, to the 14th, it's going up to the north, it's going to be going away a little bit, but we still have that twirl that it did before the seasonal of it leaving out. And this twirl that's coming around the 22nd will create another storm for us. I still show we have another low pressure coming in through the south from the Gulf that's going to be meeting up, and there's another potential southern storm. But when you look at the seasonal and see as you go through the 20s of January into the early of February, this cold air is going to start leaving out the northeast and be gone. We are going into an early spring, guys. Just like I said yesterday, still confirmed. Now, this is where things get a little different. As you look at the Euro and see what's up at the Arctic Oscillation with the cold air coming down, you can see around the 15th, we have that trough, not too much cold air with it. And the one that's coming around from the 17th on, Euro is showing a little bit of cold air coming with it, which don't make sense with all the model data because this storm is going deep to the south. Now, this is according to the GFS, and as you can see, it's doing a big dip, and it continues to dip further and further south, all the way down to a -5. I know y'all saying, wait a minute, Mark, you just said that the cold air was leaving come February. It is. But as soon as we get that twirl at the end of January, before it leaves out for the beginning of February, it's going to be one more last cold front coming through, and it's going to be some cold air, and it's going to bring a monster storm to the U.S., bigger than what we're dealing with now. And as you look at the NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation lets you know what kind of trough or ridge you're going in from the central to the east coast of our U.S. You can see as we go towards the 15th, we're going to get into a trough. We're going to get a surface low. We're going to get another surface low. Then we're going to go up on a high ridge and get another surface low even deeper in the south. This is going to be somewhere around the Gulf of Mexico, Texas. It still forms up. Some models show it don't do much. But we are having 3 big storms coming. Now, I'm going to go through your timing, but just to look at what's coming, you can see how we have the next big system coming through. It's not going to affect anybody but the mid-Atlantic a little bit. Maybe tap a little bit of the northeast, not much. And as we go through Saturday, we get that next deep trough going into the south, bringing that southern snowstorm all the way into the 17th. Going up on that ridge to the northeast, bringing all the winter storm impacts. But if you notice, it's going to be a 1-2 punch of quick storms coming, not only from the south to the northeast, but another one coming right behind it, going to the Ohio Valley and out to the mid-Atlantic. This is all going to add up to a bunch of snowfall. And then as we go into the 20s, we do get a low pressure. Then as we go through the 20s, we're going to get another last pounce of cold air, a big strong system coming through the Ohio Valley, the northeast, before it finally leaves out for February. We got an even bigger storm coming. And you can see here how we get in the cold air in these systems all the way to the south that we're getting now. But when we get a storm in the 20s, it's going to bring that cold air around one more time, and it's going to be even colder. You see that white? It's going to be even colder air coming through for just a moment while we go through the 20s and leave out. Then when it leaves out, we're going to go into February and go into our warm-up, guys. Now, when you take a look at the temperatures, you can see how we're normally going to be around this level with our temperatures. Very cold air in upper Midwest and the Northeast. But it starts taking a real deep dig all the way to the south. That's because the storm is going to pull this cold air even further to the south. And as it tracks to the southeast, once again, it's going to pull the cold air with it. So you can see it very easily. We're on our normal pattern right here. Just normal pattern. And that cold air is leaving still in February. But as we get these systems, it starts pulling that cold air down to the south. It pulls it down, all the way down to the south. And all that white cold air I showed you on the tropopause, you can see it here on the 23rd as you get your first dip, and then it leaves out on the 24th. It's going to put people in teen temperatures, single digits. We'll be back in the cold air once again. And with the wind chill, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to bring negative temperatures, what it's going to feel like, single digits, and negative temperatures to the northeast. This is what it's going to feel like with this cold air coming. Then on the 24th, it's going to scoop towards the northeast where you saw the other big burst of whiteness, and it's going to bring single digits to the northeast while y'all still in teen temperatures for the Ohio Valley and single digits for the upper Midwest, and still got freezing temperatures in the south. But once again, the wind chills again is going to put y'all in negative feel-like temperatures, negative 10 and 15 degrees. Also, the upper Midwest and Ohio Valley going to feel like you're in single digits. And it's going to be freezing in the southeast once again. Matter of fact, it's bringing potential higher elevations for North Carolina. You're going to feel like negative 5, 10 degrees, as well as Virginia, as this goes up on this ridge. But soon after that, we're going to be going on our warm-up, and it's going to be almost springtime already. And you can see here with the NAM, remember time and date always is, always was, right above my head. And you can see as we go in through the next 2.5 days, you only see 60 hours with the NAM. Now we do get that little clipper coming through, dropping a little bit, but the storms in the northeast, it don't really touch it at all. A little bit for North Carolina, maybe a little bit of Delaware and Maryland, but it leaves out nice, quick, and easy. At the same time, as we go on Thursday evening into Friday, then we're going to start getting our snow. It's going to start coming in through the upper Midwest, mostly the Dakotas, Minnesota, then going through Iowa. And it's bringing some freezing rain with it as well. That's what all that pink is. Now, so far by Friday, as far as we can see with NAM 3K, it's going to start bringing in 1 to 5 inches of snowfall from North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, western Minnesota, and western Iowa. But it is bringing some major snowfall as well, 6, 7, and 8 inches in some spots. And you can see here on the wind gust from the NAM, from that coming through, you can see that clipper did bring y'all 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts. So it looks like the NAM and the GFS was correct on that. I don't know why the Euro didn't pick that up. But as this storm comes in Thursday evening into Friday, you can only see so far with the NAM, you can see you're starting to get 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts coming down with it, as well as your system in the northeast. So far, according to NAM, as this storm comes by, it's not getting anything on y'all. The second storm is the one you need to prepare for. Now, when you look through the Euro, you can see how you're getting a 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gust all the way to the Gulf, all the way by Sunday morning. Then as it goes through the southeast, it's going to bring 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts to people as well, going up to the northeast. Now, GFS is showing a little tighter wound, and it's showing even more damaging winds, up to 70 for a lot of people, I will show you. And you can't see too far with the Euro. You can see up to 10 days, and we all know anything really past 5 days will be modified, really 3 days. But if you look right here on the 21st, you can see that we are getting some wind gusts in the Gulf of Mexico for the 21st and the 22nd, 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. And that's from that next system coming in the south after what we're dealing with before we get that big storm at the end of January. And when you look at the GFS, you can see the same thing as the Euro and the North American model is bringing 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts all the way from Montana, all the way to Texas as this system heads to the south, guys. And then as it goes through the Gulf and up to the northeast, it's bringing closer impacts. And look at the high winds now that everybody's going to feel. This is bringing 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts in the mid-Atlantic and the northeast, and a lot of people getting into 70 miles per hour wind gusts. And this is going all the way up to Maine with 50, 60, even pockets of 70 miles per hour wind gusts. And right off the shore right here by Boston is showing 89. So at least 80 miles per hour wind gusts on the low end. But it's showing Maryland, Delaware, Southern Jersey, New York, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine. Everybody has a good potential to get at least 70, maybe even 80 miles per hour wind gusts for a few people. Now to do a comparison, when you check and see what's going on with these storms, we have our clippers. And you see with the Euro that the snow is coming all the way down from Friday all the way to the south. And then Euro is actually bringing the snow further south than the GFS on the latest run. You can see right there on the 16th. It's bringing snow on a wraparound from Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. And when you look at the GFS, it's showing about the same thing, a little bit more northern, not much. Then as you go through to the southeast, you see it does affect everybody in the southeast as well, getting snow on a wraparound for Alabama, South Carolina, plus people in the mid-Atlantic. But when you look at the GFS, and where it shows a little bit of rainfall, GFS is bringing this as snowfall instead of rainfall because it's pulling those cold temperatures down with it. Then as it goes up to the northeast, you see how everybody on the coast is getting rain while everybody on inland is getting a lot of snowfall. And GFS is confirming the same thing. Everybody on inland is getting a lot of snowfall. Everybody on the coast is going to be getting rainfall from that second system. You might get some on a wraparound as it leaves. Euro shows that it's all going to be rainfall just like GFS. And that system that forms up in the 20s, we all know it's too far away as it is, but we can look ahead and see what the potential area is so far, and we do a comparison on what's trending from here to then. And you can see with the Euro how it does bring it up towards the northeast with another little nor'easter sometime around the 22nd. But the GFS shows that it's still going to be in the south, and it's going to take all the way to the 23rd for that system to go up into the northeast. Both models are showing the same thing. We are stuck in this block in the north just for a day or two, but the east is always open in the Atlantic for these storms to go out. At the same time, these storms going around, this is going to be pretty much the pattern we're going to be in. It's going to change, I believe, just a little bit, not much. And if you keep going with the GFS, which is ridiculous, as we know is too far, it shows that it gets blocked, and we have another system coming to the northeast right after that one. So let's take it one storm at a time, and as we keep going with the Euro, and you see with just the precipitation as it comes in, as it comes from the south to the northeast, that's when you're really going to start getting your heavy precipitation all the way to the northeast. So if you're not getting snowfall in the south, you will be getting rain. If you look over here on the legend, that yellow is anywhere from 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches. Those spots are red are 3 inches, and a lot of that's going to be snow. Now this is where it gets very interesting. You see how fast these storms really add up snowfall, guys. So according to the Euro, as we look at the snowfall amounts going all the way to Saturday with the heaviness bringing 8, 9, 10 inches of snow. You can see the numbers yourself. And as you go into the deep south with that snowstorm, you can see it brings the upper half of the deep south, according to the Euro, with very heavy snowfall, still bringing major snowfall, especially for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, the upper deep south, and the mid-Atlantic. And this is by the 17th, by Monday. And as we keep going, the heaviness carries up to the northeast with major snowfall for a lot of people, over 12 inches. This is the latest run from the Euro, so you can see what the impacts are, guys. Then after that, we're going to get that next storm come right on in, bring snowfall for more people in the Ohio Valley that did not get it. Then after that, we have another big storm coming through, bringing more heavy snowfall for everybody. By the time we get to the January in the 20s, when we have that next system in the south, a lot of people is going to be covered in major snowfall. And I'm not trying to make fun of you, Indiana, but my wife and I were just looking at this yesterday, and it was just funny how we had this big major storm coming in, looping all the way around, and you was going to get missed out of all this snow. So with this model data being somewhat all around, I brought you this. This is an ensemble prediction system from the Euro, and it shows you at least who's going to get the best percentages of at least 1 inch of snow. And as we go through the first 5 days, you can see who's going to get at least 1 inch of snow. In this dark red, it's 100%. All that yellow and blue is anywhere from 50 to 75% chance of 1 inch of snow. As we go up to the northeast, you see the chances of who's going to get at least 1 inch of snow. That's by Tuesday on the 18th. And as we keep on going, we have multiple systems coming. who's going to be covered with at least 1 inch of snow by the 24th. Pretty much everybody, all the way to the upper Midwest, Central U.S., Ohio Valley, the South, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast. Everybody's going to be in at least 1 inch of snowfall. And to weed those numbers out a little bit, who's at least 6 inches of snowfall? As we go all the way up to 5 days, you can see the best chances of who getting 6 inches of snowfall, with the colors being 50 to 65 to 70%, especially for this orange right here in North Carolina and northern Georgia within the first 5 days. Then as it goes up to the northeast, is bringing heavy snowfall for y'all as well. This is at least 6 inches of snowfall. And when we look for 12 inches of snow, which is a lot, I know it's a lot, but we can see that there will be a lot of heavy snowfall, up to 35 to 50 percentile, especially for the Mid-Atlantic. But this whole area you're seeing here, from North Carolina to West Virginia to Pennsylvania, all the way to the Northeast, this is all higher elevations that's going to see that much snow. Now, when you look through your ensembles, you'll see what your chances are on these storms. You can see that first storm coming through with all your ensembles. It is going to miss us. A couple of them take it a little bit close, but not close enough. It's just going to miss us, guys. Maybe a little bit of Maine. And then as we look for that southern storm for the 16th and the 17th, you can see the chances of it forming, guys. A lot of these ensembles are showing this storm will form late. It will actually come down weak. A lot of these ensembles, if not all of them, are showing this storm will be weak when it comes down to the south, and it will strengthen as it goes up to the Mid-Atlantic. So I would put the heaviest of the snow in the Mid-Atlantic, not for the deep south. As it goes up to the northeast, bring in more snowfall, and majority of them show that it will be going to the northeast, bringing more snowfall for north. So as we look at we see where these storms are, models really are going to change like crazy. But when you look at the ensembles, that's really what you need to go by. It tells you your probability of what the path is going to be. As we look for the Euro, we can see that this storm, this first system, is going to be off in the ocean. All the data did show correct the last few days. As we get our next system in the south, and it does show that it is going to the deep south, guys. Wrap around all that tropical moisture, and it is showing that it will be in the Atlantic, moving off by North Carolina more than not as it grows towards the northeast. So that second system is definitely going to be the one that's going to bring a lot of impacts on the northeast as well. This is going to be a major storm, guys. And you can see the same thing with the GFS. They are in agreement on this. This one is going off to the ocean. GFS always showed that. Euro was always a little wacky about it. As we get that second one coming to the south, starting off weak, but strengthening up as it starts to leave out the Mid-Atlantic. That's why snowfall is heavier around here than it is for here. And it's going up to the northeast, bringing a major storm to y'all as well up there, with a lot of snowfall as well. Trending on both ensembles. But with everything going on, I want to bring you as much accurate information as I can. This right here is in the link in the description. It says zoomable link, because you can zoom it all the way into your street level if you want and see how much snow you're actually going to get from this. You can check Euro, you can check GFS, 3 days, 5 days. If you dare, go up to 10 days. But you can see when you go from 3 days, 5 days according to the Euro, comes to the south. 10 days, it goes up to the northeast. When you go by GFS, same thing. 3 days, 5 days, it comes to the south. 10 days, it goes up to the northeast, a little bit tighter of a pull. But just within the next 5 days, if you want to see what your snowfall is, I know how it is in the south, it is a pretty exciting time. According to the Euro, you're getting heavier snowfall within the next 5 days, still up to 12 inches for Gainesville, Georgia, guys. GFS, don't take it as deep anymore because it don't strengthen until it gets later. It's showing ½ an inch and maybe 2 inches for Jasper and some for northern Alabama as we go through this pull for the next 5 days. So Euro is showing it heavier in the south than GFS. But remember, use this so you can find out what your precipitation amounts will be when the storm comes. Because this is the best way to judge them, the best way to zoom in and see exactly what you're going to get. You can zoom all the way in. Now, one more quick thing for those that know Mike 444. As you know, he talks a lot of truth. He helps a lot of people, and he is a God-fearing man. He's a great man. And he made a lot of videos. He had almost 50,000 subscribers, and YouTube shut him down weeks ago, guys, because of the things he was saying. You know how they do. They block the truth. Mike has reached out to me. He has a new channel. It's been going on for a little minute, and it's on Brighton. Link is in the description. Please go support this man because you can see his views now. He needs our help. He needs it badly. And the videos I've been watching has been unreal. It's been showing people getting activated with smoke coming out their nose, smoke coming out their mouth, and their brain on fire. You need to go watch these videos. It is unbelievable the things that he's able to put out now that he's not on YouTube. Link is in the description. Please go support this man. He lets us know what's coming from all kind of news sources. He is very good. And for those that's been looking for him, link is in the description. Go to him, please. He needs us. I don't think he's coming back to YouTube anytime soon. Thank you again for visiting my channel today. I do hope this gives you some kind of information and roundabout what your probabilities are on this storm, because these models are going to still change. The best thing is to go by the probabilities in the ensembles when there's a lot of uncertainty, guys. Please share this information and help others. Help others know what their probabilities are. You can go to the links in my description of my video and see what all your probabilities are from National Weather Service. They are very smart, and they are actual meteorologists more than just a day or two or more than just a couple of months. They've been there for years. I've been here for years as well, but these guys are very smart. Please go watch their probabilities. It is the best thing that you can know for your outcome. I pray for you all to be safe, you and your loved ones, whether you believe in God or not. He believes in you. God bless you and keep you safe. Psalm 17. Hear the right, O Lord, attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God. Incline thy ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. How true. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. Amen. Have a blessed Wednesday. Have a great day today, whether you're going to school, going to work. Stay positive. You're working for the Lord. Do everything with the utmost and best you can do. Seriously. All power. All glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a very blessed day. Please prepare for the storms the best you can. Please go support Mike. He needs us so much, and we need his information so much. Help him thrive again. God bless.